Yeah, I'm making another video because I'm bored. Uh, However, I'm going to change it up a bit. So, if you want to use temperature to stimulate yourself, some things to bear in mind. If you want to ease into it, you can have it warm first and then cold. That makes the mental process of becoming more comfortable within the cold water much easier. If you have it cold first, especially if the atmosphere is already pretty fucking chilly, then the mental strength that it takes to become comfortable in the discomfort is more difficult, but it's more rewarding. And another thing that I like to do is not just put it as cold as it'll go, but as hot as it'll go. And I don't know how hot your fucking shower goes. However, this shower, it's not going to fucking hurt me. It's just really hot. So, you just sort of move your body around in it. And after a bit, like, especially because of the contrast between the hot and the cold, after a bit, you're used to it. Anyway, I'll talk about some other things, but into the plunge. So, stay open, man. Just stay open. First thing you want to bear in mind is you don't want to become stiff and sympathetic mentally. You want to let go, breathe, and if it helps, adopt positive posture, like do it. And I like dancing about. You put a tune on, dance about in cold water. After a bit, you forget you're fucking cold, and it just feels good. It's actually good. See, I don't really listen to it much these days. I've pretty much heard it all at this point. But I found a lot of peace listening to a guy called Alan Watts in the past. I hope you can fucking hear me here. I'll have to start shouting. I used to listen to this guy called Alan Watts, and he would say that the societal sort of thing that we put on certain experiences, like attitudes, like throwing up, people have a fear of throwing up. People have a fear of cold or being discomfort or anything like that, when in actuality you don't need to have a negative relationship with that side of existence. You can just stand in cold water. I mean, for fuck's sake, like, I have to do anything here. It's not like I'm doing push-ups. All I do is stand here in water and it makes me days better. It's a fucking cheat code, mate. It's actually unbelievable. I'm in some cold water and I feel better. Fucking hell, it's magic. Anyway, so all in all, a general rule of thumb for being, if you're in any form of discomfort from what I've learned so far, is to, and just because I'm in a cold shower, I'm not trying to pose to you that I've fucking overcome all obstacles. I'm hoping this is going to help you in some way. A general rule of thumb for it, especially physical discomfort, is to be expressive. Because if you can be expressive in discomfort, then, so some of the greatest people in the world, whether it be a soldier or a sportsman or anything like that, you'll notice that the people that are the best, the most captivating, are the people who express themselves. They're not robotic, they're fluid. They know what to do intuitively and expressively in the bodies. Anyway, that's enough of that. What I wanted to talk about is that I just stay open. It seems to me like a lot of people don't quite understand what constitutes a good state of consciousness. And by good state of consciousness, I mean, like, what qualifies as when people say a good person, what does that mean? Because I think we all realise up until this point that motivation is never singular, there's layers and it's very complex. It's a structure of motivation. For example, somebody drops their wallet on the floor and they don't notice and you pick it up and give it to them. Now, why did you do it? And there'll be several reasons why it happened, why you did that. Some people do it primarily to generate more good karma as a self-advantage. The problem with that is the universe understands who you are as a person and the intention that lay behind the actual physical action. So, the difference between somebody who does good at somebody who's primarily selfish. Now everybody's selfish to a certain degree. It's pretty much fucking unavoidable unless you're the epitome of goodness, which is pretty fucking hard to achieve. And to be honest, I don't think that there's any fun in it because everybody's got to battle with some demons. That's the entire point. We're creatures of limitation. So one person gives the other person the wallet, so they're hoping for some sort of fucking personal miracle in the future. Oh, I've done a good deed, look at me. And then the other person also has that in their consciousness. But on the other end of the primary reason they did it is because it was a good thing to do, because they want to create a good ripple in reality, because the actual effect of the action is what matters mostly to that individual. Now that is a good person. Actions big or small, if that's where you're coming from, that to me is what constitutes a good action. Now I'm not saying that I qualify as that in every action that I ever do, because I fucking don't. I'm as flawed as anybody. Point is that's what I strive to achieve. And it is achievable by making very good decisions especially in what people consider to be small areas of life, mundane things that you do on a daily basis. Making those small decisions on a daily basis that steers you in a better direction, that's what's gonna fucking accumulate all that stuff in your head. You stop feeding the negative shit. What happens? It gets weaker, and the part of you that deserves to grow becomes stronger, and then you can be more courageous, you're making better decisions, you're morally much better. The only problem is the part of you that's starving will start to become desperate, and whatever you think about the spiritual forces of the universe will start throwing everything at you. So it will get more difficult, but that's an illusion. The part of you that is being starved is very slowly dying, and it will transform if you keep it up. So, now turning it completely hot. So, mental composure. People say distract yourself. That doesn't work. Don't work, because there are certain stimulus where you will, if you're in pain, you will not be able to distract yourself with certain levels of pain because it's too intense. So if you've ever seen that fucking scene of Fight Club where he kisses his hand and puts the fucking chemical shit on his hand, I can't remember, lye or whatever, right? So he's there like, I'm going to the cave, I'm going to buy my battle Red Bulls. No, don't do what those dead people do. Come on, this is the greatest moment of your life, man, and you're off somewhere missing it. It's the same fucking thing. The whole point of this experience, be it negative or positive, by your own definition, is to experience different forms of stimulus. Third-dimensional stimulus, and there's obviously a multi-dimensional thing behind the fucking curtain, what's going on, that none of us fully understand, or at least we do in momentary bits of bliss that we can never fucking explain with the English language at the very least. or any other language for that matter, I think you'd probably be able to do a better job with it with fucking shamanic languages. But yeah, so wrapping this up, because this has been going on for a while now, I'll talk about me for a minute if you're interested. If you're not, fucking turn the video off. I've lost the plot quite a few times. The problem is, this is the thing, right? Just because I've lost sanity at certain times does not mean that I am definitively flawed mentally, and that everybody else that hasn't had those experiences does not have the potentiality to enter a similar mind state, and that I am beyond repair. No, it means that I've slipped, and in the same way that you break your fucking leg, your leg will never, the bone itself will never be quite the same. However, the truth is, in the same way that the Thai people just fuck up the shins in order to make it stronger, insanity is the same thing. If you can go batshit insane, where you're embarrassing yourself, you're doing ridiculous things, like, do you know what I mean? And then you can come back from that. I'm not saying you should be proud about it. What I'm saying is it makes you fucking stronger. It does. If you go through anything like that, if you've ever lost the plot, you've ever had a mental breakdown, who the fuck expects you not to in this shithole we live in? Because if you open your eyes, right, without getting all fucking David Icke about it, this place is fucking sabotaged, mate. Sabotage. It's a fucking joke what's going on, and the worst part is we don't even know what's real and what's not. So anyway, I don't want this video to be too long, so going back to the cold shower. This is hot at the minute, right? Look, there are loads of physical benefits, like creating brown fat that burns yellow fat, insulates the body. It's a natural antidepressant. It's good for muscle recovery, especially if you contrast it with hot and cold. Especially because of what it does to the cardiovascular system. It's actually like having a fucking workout, but all I'm doing is fucking studying. I mean, heat shock proteins, right? This water's fur off at the minute, although I don't really give a shit because I've got used to it. That's as simple as that. But the point is if you want to become stronger, you've got to activate the body's adaptive capabilities. And the only way you can do that is by exposing it to things that they're actually designed to deal with. So if it's fucking cold, don't put a coat on. Take most of your clothes off, like Wim Hof does, and go for a fucking walk. Or a run, barefoot. Obviously, I won't be careful at glass and shit. But, you're going to get unwanted attention, because mostly what I get is either somebody who thinks I'm trying to act hard, or some other oil get, oh, you're brave, you lad, or something like that, like, fucking hell, just accept the fact that I've got now on, you know what I mean? Fucking birds have got now on, basically. You might as well be walking around naked, love. Anyway, we're turning it cold again now. But yeah, cold water, right? Life's all about appreciation, isn't it? So without the cold water, I probably wouldn't be making this video now. And I like to think that I'm actually doing a good job of it. Maybe it's because I'm shouting, not talking in a monotone voice. From this subconscious fucking state of like depressive crap that my mind's been in for so long, but just like a lot of us, I kind of need to come out of this shell fully. But yeah, like, same thing, you go and do an exercise like running. A lot of people probably aren't going to enjoy it at first because they're thinking this is fucking hard. I can't be bothered. But the point is it's good for you, and after a bit, it actually feels good. After you've got through the fucking hard bit, where it's rigorous, especially if you run barefoot in nature, there's some mud on the floor, just run straight through it. The freedom of it, you know what I mean? You've got nouts on, you got barefoot, you can feel chi or whatever it is pulsing through your body. You know what I mean? You get in the runner's high, you stop, you do a little bit of dancing, and then you just use your body. Use your fucking body. And this ain't me saying, oh yeah, look at my physique. I'm going to start an Instagram channel, start taking a load of roids so I can start making money and posing that I have a life of fucking Riley. No, I've only just started pulling myself out of the fucking gutter, to be honest with you. My head's been a mess. And it's a constant fucking thing, but hopefully we're on our way up and we're not going to come back down. But realistically, we have to come back down so we can go back up. Otherwise, we wouldn't know the fucking one from the other, would we? But, yeah, I feel like I'm babbling on. So, anyway, do things that make you feel alive. Because the universe is alive. I sincerely hope that I've not just wasted my time doing that. And it's not because I was in the cold shower anyway, so I hope you could fucking hear me and it was actually decipherable. So, yeah, cheers for watching.